welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly reading for the sign of Virgo. Virgo, you're up next. We're going to pull out your romance angel messages just to see what you're going through right now. And then we'll pull out your animal spirits and get right into your forecast, all right? So let's get right into it. Soulmate. Nice. Children. Interesting. And we have playfulness. And do check the placements of your other planets, your moon or rising sign. The readings for those signs may resonate with you more than your sun sign reading or your Libra, wherever your Libra energy is placed, right? Or sometimes it can give you additional insight. So do check out the rest of your placement in your natal chart for the readings that you want to watch. Now to pull out your animal spirits. We'll know more about the romance angel messages when we get into your spreads. Animal spirits are just energies that are becoming available to us, perhaps, right? To help us through a situation, or energies that we're beginning to feel develop inside ourselves or come to the fore. They can represent personalities of individuals you may be dealing with. They can also sometimes represent stages in your life that you're entering into, right? So let's just see what you may or may not be resonating with in terms of your animal spirits this week. And again, if it doesn't apply to you, just let it go. You know, it's not for you. We have the mouse, earth energy. Aw. We have owl energy. And we also have stingray energy. Wow. Earth, air, and water. All right, so let's get into it before we do your forecast. The mouse. The mouse is generally a very sort of detail-orientated, right? Task-orientated, right? The mouse runs around sort of completing tasks here, there, everywhere. But sometimes the mouse energy or resonating with this energy can be at times when we are getting too bogged down in the details. We're becoming sort of too overwhelmed with the amount of little bits of information that we have to hold on to, or little tasks that we seem to have to remember, or we just may have too many responsibilities or burdens on us right now, right? Too many responsibilities we may have taken on. And it can be a time of feeling very frantic and very sort of worn out sometimes, right? Also, just in general, feeling as though you're not accomplishing anything now. You know, it just feels like you're chasing your own tail, very much like where we talk about mice doing in a lot of ways. Just running around and really not getting a lot of things done. And this could be a time where you perhaps may be dealing with someone who's like this, or you may be resonating with this energy. And if that's the case, it's a time to really sort of just pull back, you know, from everything that you're doing. Take maybe a day off from doing anything and try to gain some perspective, you know, try to clear your head and gain perspective of the bigger picture. What are the bigger goals that you're trying to achieve? And then you can begin to sort of review what you've been doing and how you can change it, you know, what responsibilities you may want to let go of or what have you. But in any case, it's time to simply cool down. Now, the owl energy is air energy, and the owl is the harbinger of sort of blessings of wealth and wisdom. So owl energy is generally something that, it's an energy that comes into our lives right now. When we're resonating with it, it feels like, you know, right now blessings are coming in. You just feel very blessed. Things are sort of favoring you. Understandings are coming in. Wisdom, you're gaining levels of wisdom and understanding. You're also gaining financial blessings. The owl has always been associated with the goddess Lakshmi, and so in a lot of ways, beauty coming in, love coming in, abundance in a very beautiful way, abundance in a very like opulence, and feeling really lavished and feeling really pampered, you know, and it's that kind of blessing that can come in. Certainly there's blessings of increased wealth. It's very nice energy to have. And along with the blessings of wealth comes the wisdom. So it's not just like, just money sort of coming your way and you don't know what to do, or it just turns into a big mess. This is a really sort of very positive influx of blessings coming in. And so the stingray is water energy, and the stingray is associated with sort of increasing your self-confidence, right? And your ability to sort of stand up for yourself. It's in water energy, so we're dealing with emotions, right? But it's a feeling of being strong in your emotions and feeling like they're validated in and of themselves. Not like you need anyone else to validate your emotions, like you know who you are. You know how you feel about certain things. You know how to express yourself creatively, and you're becoming more confident, right? So stingray energy is a time literally where we're being able to stand up stronger and stronger, increase that creativity, and increase the spine, really in that sense, growing a spine, right? This is what we say. So it's like, this is exactly what we're talking about with stingray energy, just this ability to sort of have a lot of self-confidence in yourself. And to feel validated, right? More than anything, it's an emotional validation, feeling of emotional validation for whatever reason. It could be that you've been, maybe you've been healing, and now you're coming back into your confidence. It could just be that this has been a road you've been taking, right? But stingray energy indicates that there's been a developing of that, an increase of that from a place where there perhaps wasn't as much. All right, guys, let's get right into your forecast for the week. All right. And again, these forecasts are, they're meant to be for separate sort of Virgos, so you may only resonate with one of them or a portion of one. We have the High Priestess, the World card, and the Four of Swords. Wow. So some of you are coming into this week, yes, with a high level of intuitive ability. You're really resonating highly in terms of being really at one with your sort of gut right now, your internal voice. You know what to do. You have a really high level of confidence in yourself and your ability to sort of discern a situation, know what to do next, right? You do feel a feeling of sort of having an increased amount of intuitive ability in the sense that you may be getting some reaffirmations that things you had believed to be are in fact that way, and so you're getting reaffirmation of your intuitive ability. It could be just having had an idea of the way something would go, the way an event would take place, or the way some kind of happening in your life took place, and you knew it was perhaps going to go a certain way. Maybe you adjusted some of the decisions that you made because you did know which way it was going to go and you trusted that. And so what happens when you do that and it works out, that's a reaffirmation. So not only did you make the right decisions based on your intuition, right? So now you're in a better position, right? Because you made the right choices. But you also get the reaffirmation of feeling like, yes, I was right. I knew that would happen, and that's what happened. But it's when we act on our intuitive ability that we also increase our self-confidence. And that's why the High Priestess is also associated with a high level of self-confidence. This is really the secret of enjoying life and learning from life and gaining wisdom. The connection that we have with our self-confidence and our intuitive ability, and the ability to use both at the same time and to trust that voice, right? And when things are wrong, to adjust, right? Or when we make a mistake, to be wise enough to adjust. But anyway, you're feeling really like good right now, and you're feeling this energy coming in. And I want to say that right now, as a result of these decisions that you made based on your gut, this week you're coming in with world energy, and it feels like everything is opening up for you, right? So this is a real feeling of the owl coming in for you, Virgo, the blessings of wisdom, and now the abundance that comes as a result. So now you know what I'm talking about when I say wisdom and abundance. This was all, it's not just like blind abundance like luck, like winning the lottery. This is oftentimes abundance that comes in as a result of having acted in a very wise way, right? You may not have necessarily anticipated it, But now this week, a lot of beautiful opportunities are coming your way because the World card indicates that fate is really looking down on you and sort of orchestrating things in your life. There may be a lot of coincidences with sort of meeting people, right? Like meeting the right person at the right time to sort of initiate a project or a job. It could be like running into someone that now you're suddenly dating and it's really nice. It could be like things opening up in your family life, perhaps communication channels opening or channels opening up at work, you know, just opportunities coming your way. It just feels like a feeling of being favored. And that things are kind of all looking your way in terms of making as much opportunity available to you and making it seem as though it's very much part of your destiny as well. You know, there aren't many obstacles in your way right now. And so you round the week off with Four of Swords, which is a feeling of being quite sort of strategic right now. You want to be careful in the next steps, I think, because this has been such a good feeling for you. And again, you're sort of expressing even further wisdom here, right? By knowing that the next steps you need to take, you really need to think about them, right? So that you can go forward from a base of power and stability and be very strategic and not let this all overwhelm you. Because this is a nice feeling. And it, you know, but then you also, when you have a lot of opportunities coming in, you also have to be very careful to discern exactly which one you want to take, because you can't take all of them. So this is still requires a lot of work and input from you, right, to make the most of the situation. It's just that right now, the energy around you is favoring you. Hanged Man, Empress, and the Queen of Swords. So some of you are having a real awakening this week, right? Hanged Man comes in when we really feel like we've awakened to something in our lives. We suddenly feel like really putting our best foot forward and making an effort. It's usually inspiration. Something has really inspired you and put a fire up behind your behind, you know. Excuse me, I have to take a sip of iced coffee. And so you're awakening, you know. You could be awakening to the fact that you've been very lazy in one area of your life. You may not have been working as hard as you could have been, but now you're feeling really inspired and you feel like, oh, wow, you know, because that's what inspiration is a lot of times, you know. It's like if we're into a particular thing or we see somebody, when we see somebody else sort of achieving things, right, whether it be creatively or business-wise or whatever, like when we see somebody else or something that is a great achievement, right? Even if it's a work of art, it's inspiring because it makes us feel like we want to do more than we've been doing, right? It makes us feel like it's possible to attain that if we work harder. And so this is the kind of awakening that you're having here with the Hanged Man, right? And this is coming in and you're met with an Empress energy this week. And this is a real feeling of receptivity. I want to say that it could be someone coming into your life who's very nurturing also. This could indeed be somebody that you are coming towards, right? That isn't, or that's someone that you're coming across or having met recently or meeting this week that's going to increase your level of inspiration. And there's somebody who is very sort of self-nurturing, self-empowering. They're very creative. They're resonating with Empress energy, right? Because this is the energy that meets you this week. And I don't think it's so much you doing this for yourself necessarily. I think this is the energy that's coming in and inspiring you now to go down whatever particular road or to do more in a particular perhaps creative road, career road, or just a road in terms of yourself too. I think this is an outside, you know, energy coming in, a person that you either know or are getting to know, and just the way they're living their life, you know, they may be very sort of they may have a certain sense of wealth about them also, right? It could just be the way they carry themselves. You know, it's something about them. They're very beautiful. You know, the Empress, of course, is Venus energy. So we're talking about beauty here anyway. Beauty and sort of all-encompassing sort of receptive and nurturing love, which is what we associate with this strong divine feminine energy. It's inspiring to you, right? And so you round your week off with the Queen of Swords, which is a real feeling of sort of saying, you know what, this is who I am. Queen of Swords is really kind of talks about having come to a place in your life where you are your authentic self. You know, you see clearly now that you have to be always who you truly are without sort of trying to fit into a mold or trying to fit into a role that somebody perhaps has pressured you into, or that you believe yourself that you have to fit into. The Queen of Swords is all about cutting away masks that we wear to the outer world and really showing ourselves who we are, and realizing that that is one of the highest forms sort of a real honesty, right? To be honest with who we are, with ourselves also, right? And so this is a real realization for some of you this week with this Hangman energy and this Empress energy that's very inspiring for you. It's really giving you this kind of huge breakthrough, I think, for some of you to really come out and be who you are, you know, whoever that person is, right? Be your most authentic self. And this has come in as a result of this inspiration. So this week is a big week for that. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, and a Ten of Swords. Wow. Well, Virgo, this is the last spread I'm going to do. The Ace of Cups is all about a new love. And what can I say? This feels very much like soulmate energy coming in. And again, another blessing here, because Lakshmi is associated with beauty and love also. And the owl is her sort of consort animal, totem. And Ace of Cups is a new opportunity for love, and this week you get a chance to sort of come together with that person, right? The potential has been there. You're coming into this week with this potential already, so it's already feelings there. You may have just run into each other, or just, you know, something has sparked, right? And so this week you get to sort of talk even further. It goes very quickly. You very quickly come together and have an understanding that you're attracted to each other. You want to see each other. You want to be with each other. This is a very quick sort of development of a soulmate connection, it seems to me. You know, certainly the potential for a strong soulmate connection, because Two of Cups is a very balanced and harmonious coming together, right? So this doesn't say that it'll be perfect forever, ever. But the thing is, it's like you're already coming together with such balance and mutual respect that it's like it has all of the good sort of ingredients for a good soulmate connection, you know, and hopefully then a healthy relationship also. And then you round the week off with a Ten of Swords, right? And it just feels like the end of a really long time of struggling. For some of you, it feels like this love connection is just what you needed. You know, you're over to sort of, I don't know. I think you were already coming to the end of a long period of sort of really like suffering a lot, having a lot of difficulty in terms of perhaps having been in a real sort of bad relationship perhaps, or just having had to deal with a lot of life's trials and tribulations, you know, a lot of ups and downs. Could have even been like losing jobs or having to find more work or new work, or you could have been going through like sort of a divorce or whatever. You know, it's just a stage in your life where you just had to deal with a lot. And so it's come to an end, and you're kind of a much stronger person. The old you is gone and dead, and you're no longer bothered by those things that you went through in the past. So this is a real completion to like a stage in your life, and you've kind of learned a lot from it. You're a lot smarter from it. You're a lot wiser. But it is feeling like this week is the final end to that. And I'm just saying that I wonder if this love connection may have been the thing to sort of finally put the period on that end. I feel that you were probably coming to this stage anyway, Virgo, but it just seems like meeting this soulmate connection, this really nice love bond here, has really sort of sealed it here for you, right? Has really sort of finally said, okay, now it's finally over. Now, you know what I mean? Like the full brunt of this stage is now done and behind you. It's a really nice feeling. It's a real feeling of healing completely. It's really lovely, Virgo. And that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. January 19th to 25th. This is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out your other readings that are linked in the description below. Your 2020 outlook, your 2020 love reading, and your January love reading. But for right now, Virgo, have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next week for your weekly. Bye-bye now.